All right, welcome to Yoga for Bone Health. And let's get started. So coming to our mountain pose. Maybe just making a few little bits of movement here. Just to just move some energy through the body. Stretch out the face. Coming in to our feet hip distance apart. And just, I think Karen might be having a bit of an issue. Well, I'll just keep an eye. And invitation to close the eyes or gaze downward. Arms can stay rested at your sides, or you can bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And for those of you who celebrated Mother's Day yesterday, happy Mother's Day. And just turning into this internal environment. So gradually releasing from the external and bringing the attention inward. And start to observe the breath flowing in and out of the body. Noticing expansion and contraction. Perhaps even like sensing into how things are today, just energetically with you, without like judging it, like especially if you're low energy or something, like we don't need to judge that. We're just gonna explore what you notice and either build on the energy that you have or move energy shifted if there's anything stuck or languishing. And we'll do that through movement, through connecting mind and body, connecting our breath with movement, maintaining our intention and, bringing neutrality or tenderness toward your experience. So with that, releasing the hands and opening the eyes, we can start to roll the shoulders, stretch out the face, roll the shoulders forward up, back and down. Moving intentionally, so sensing into the sensations of this movement, this forward and up, and this back and down. And then when we come to this back and down, we're going to hold, again, like we're holding something between the shoulder blades, but also drawing downward that energy of the shoulder blades. So it's almost like you're creating a back bend, but we're not going to create a back bend. We're going to keep our ribs in. We're just going to draw the navel down. Okay, release. Roll the shoulders forward and up. On the inhale, exhaling back and down. Hold. Just gazing forward, stretching out the face, lifting the navel. And release. We'll do that one more time. Shoulders forward and up. Back and down. Squeeze and draw down. Hugging the ribs, lift the navel. And release. Good. Start with a little watery movement, and then we'll bring ourselves to this internal external rotation at the shoulders. Bring those shoulders forward, externally rotate them back, and you feel the shoulder blades draw in towards each other again. Shoulder blades draw away and back. Stretch out the face. Great. And watery. Good. Arms up and reaching them up and down. Switch the arm over, reaching up, scoop the scapula forward and down, and inhale up and down, switching it over, lift the navel up and down, arms out to the side, one shoulder internally rotating, the other shoulder externally rotating, gaze at the open palm. And here we go, just this kind of like twisting. Like this, like you're wringing out like a wet dish rag, but it's your shoulders. So exploring that full rotation, at like, 65, maybe 75% effort. Don't mean to be 100 here. Stretch it out again. Good. One arm up, reaching up, one arm down, reaching down. Lift the navel, both arms back. And then the other, make sure we're reaching up and down equally, and then both arms back. And then switching. And bringing lots of intention to the movement. That upward energy, that downward energy, and the back energy. And release. Let's take both palms up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. We are going to lift the heart, so we can do a little back bend, but keep the navel drawn in. Lift the heart, inhaling. Exhaling, back of the hands come together. Tuck the chin, shoulder blades draw away from each other. Inhaling. Lifting the heart up to the sun. And if you want to come into a little more rounding, if that's suitable for you and your spine, go ahead. Otherwise, you don't have to tuck the chin or round. And exhale, release. Good. Bring your arms behind your back any amount, grabbing onto your wrist, forearms, or the elbows. Inhaling, tuck the chin. Exhaling, drop the chin, both shoulders down. Head heavy, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out. And then here, once you start to feel a little bit of give, take the head from side to side. And be nice and easy and gentle with yourself, just gradually opening up. And comes to center, inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, gaze over to one side. Inhaling back to center, gaze over the other side. Inhaling back to center. Turn and face the opposite, first side, big breath in. Exhale, just gently tuck the chin down from here. See what's going on in the back of the opposite side of the neck. Bring the head up, back to center. Exhaling over to the other side, big breath in. Exhaling, let's just dip that chin down towards the clavicle any amount. See what's going on there, any little micro movements. And lifting the chin, releasing and letting go. Great, let's turn and face the chair for our cat cow or our kitten cow. Ankles under the hips, slightly bend the knees. Our wrists are under the shoulders. And let's slightly bend the knees and really lift the sit bones up to the sky as we gaze up and belly drops. Inhaling and exhaling, drawing that navel up towards the spine, tucking the chin fully, coming into this really rounded shape, or keeping the spine long by not tucking the chin, and then moving between the two shapes that make sense for your body today. And even if you do have bone density issues in the spine, it's not that you're never allowed to do a rounding. It's just the recommendation is that you limit it. Okay, bend the knees, inhale, float your arms up to the sky, reach up. Exhale, lean back slightly as you reach your arms back. So just a little back bend here in the upper back. And then round. Excuse me, roll the shoulders. Good, float both arms up to the sky. Let's grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Reach up, inhaling. And exhaling. Turn your heart up towards the sky. Inhale up, we'll do the same side. Keep lifting the navel. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, reach up and over. All right, inhale up, switch your grip, reaching up. Exhale. Inhale up. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Roll up the shoulders. We'll just do a little standing twist, nice and easy. Toes a little too out into the corners of the mat, lifting one heel and spaghetti arms. Let's just go the pace that makes sense to you. But let's let these arms be really kind of like loosey-goosey, really spaghetti. Exhaling. It's kind of allowing this energy to flow kind of freely here through the arms, through the body. Okay, and release. So toes are going to be pointed forward, about hip distance, maybe a little bit wider. Lift the heart. Let's squeeze the shoulder blades and draw on the navel. We're going to sit back into a squat, any amount, and exhale, bring the elbows in, hugging the shoulder blades in. So inhale, exhale. So my heart is lifted, my gaze is forward. I'm just pushing my booty back as far as I can, but I'm not folding forward. I'm keeping my body nice and upright. One more. And now to contrast that, just have hands to the hips, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, a forward fold, but my chest is still nice and open, squeezing those shoulder blades back. Exhale, push the hips forward. Inhale, booty back, forward fold. Exhale. So should be feeling this really in a different way here in the back of the legs, stretching out the hamstrings, squeeze those glutes as you come in. Okay, now we're going to alternate between the two. So we're going to inhale, squat, and then forward fold. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, squat, and forward fold. And just playing around with it so that you can really feel the difference. Both require a bend in the knee. Squat is deeper. Forward fold, you need it so that you can get that stretch in the back of the leg. Okay, that's the last one. And release. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of goddess, cross the arms. And I just wanted to say, if there's any difficulty doing goddess, externally rotating the leg in any way, you can do the seated, sinking, and reaching. So you can always, if you need an alternative ever, you can still get a nice stretch. Or, now I've lost it. Inhale, there we go. Exhale, finding what works for you. Just wanted to give you that option. Keep going. One more on each side. And release. Good. Now, turn the toes forward. We're in this wider stance, slight bend in the knee, and we're going to do a forward fold again. Inhale. And exhale, rise, squeeze those hips forward. Inhale, push the booty back. And just see how, if it feels any different with this wide stance. Just getting the stretch from a different angle. Last one. And release. Good. Sun salutation. Reaching your arms forward, reaching the hips back, slight bend in the knee. Sway at the shoulders, so just get a little soft with the shoulders, sway there. Exploring this stretch through the shoulder blades, but also like that upper rib cage area. And then pedaling the knees forward and back, alternating, keeping the heels down and exaggerating one hip back, one knee forward. And even if it feels good to pause on one side, add a little sway or micro movement there. All right, inhaling, step forward with the right foot, knee over ankle, one or both arms up to the sky, lift the arches, lift the kneecaps, lift the navel, bring the hands back down and stepping back. Inhaling, left foot forward, press into that back heel, lift the heart, lift the navel, reach up. Exhaling, hands come down and step back. Repeat. Inhale, right side, lift the back thigh, lift the back glute. Exhaling. Forward fold, inhaling left side. Exhaling. Forward fold. Good. Let's just come into any little movement here. Little wiggle. And then we'll inhale that right foot forward again, left foot out to the side. Good. Reaching up, pulling down. Glide the shoulder blade up and glide it down, but with an energy. Inhale, lift the navel. Exhale, pull it down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, pull it down. Arms come down, turn that back toe forward. Step back, forward fold. Stretch at the face. Inhale, left foot forward, right foot out to the side. Good. Cactus arms. Lift the navel. Bring the arms back by squeezing the shoulder blades. Lift the navel. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the elbow, the wrists, the palms. Inhale. Exhale. So just note the direction of the shoulder movement this time in this shape, with the arms in this shape. Squeezing all the way as best you can to the elbow. Kind of kiss the elbows. Last one. And release. Turn that back toe forward, stepping back, stretch out the face. And again, a little movement here, whatever feels nice and supportive. Walking back to the chair. Okay, I'm just going to keep my chair on the side view. Grab one weight that you feel comfortable holding over your head. I'm going to go for like a medium heavy. Sitting forward on the chair as usual. Taking that weight up to the chest, and we're going to reach it up overhead as best you can. Now lift the navel. We're going to lift one leg, exhale, push it, inhale, and down. Inhale, push, inhale. Now keep lifting that navel. Try not to lean to the left or to the right, forward or back. Try to keep that spine super elongated and tall. One more on each side. It's surprising how much this will get the heart rate going. And release and bring that down. Okay, we're going to do a row from a forward fold here. So either medium heavy or a heavy. So sitting forward on the chair, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Really draw the navel back so you feel supported. Arms come down. Now, roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and lock those wingtips into the back pocket. Inhale. Exhale, bring the weights into the side pocket and release. So really drawing the elbows up. It's like you're bringing the weight on a diagonal. Right to the side pocket, and your shoulder blades are really tucked in, opposite pocket. So your heart should be really like lifted. Okay, that's the last one. Bring the weights to your thighs. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. So grabbing onto your weight to hold in front of the chest. I usually like to get a heavy weight for this one because it's really all legs. So holding that weight right into the chest. Let's bring the shoulder blades back and down. Extend your right foot forward, and then your left foot, your ankle is right under the knee. And we're going to inhale, come forward, keep the weight tucked into the chest. And exhale, push into the heel. Hip comes forward, forward fold again. And back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the glute. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, sit. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, like you've got that can under the heel. Press into the heel. Feel that booty work. Oh, I didn't quite make it. Exhale. And then the last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Take pause. Reconnect with the breath. Preparing for the other side. Make sure your ankle is under the knee. This is at a 90 degrees. Hug in. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Push. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. So this is one of the reasons why we did so many forward folds in our warm up, so that this leg was warmed up, that hamstring. So I should have said earlier, you can bend this knee any amount if the hamstring is being a little, if it's just feeling tight. Use the glute, and then this is the last one. And release. Good. If you're able to use this heavy weight for lifting up overhead, go ahead. Otherwise, switch it out for the weight that's more appropriate for how you're feeling today, what your energy is today. Really honoring that. When you're ready, lift, extend, retract, and lower. Lift, extend, retract, and lower. Now, really lift the navel up towards the heart. My heart rate's already going up. One more on each side. And release that down. Good. Grab the two weights for your arms and shoulders. Sitting forward. Let's just engage right away. Shoulders roll back and down, and you're tucking in. As you tuck in, lift the navel. Inhale, forward. Nice and engaged. Big breath in. And exhale, bring the weight to your side pocket or to the hip. So let's do a quick up to the pocket, slow release. So exhale, slow inhale. Exhale, keep those shoulder blades down the back. Two more. And release. Hands to the knees as we rise up. Whew. Okay. And we only need one weight for our modified pistol squats, bringing the weight into the chest. Right leg extended any amount. You can have a bend in it slightly, but make sure you might have that imaginary can underneath the heel. Inhale, crush the can, exhale, come to stand, push the hips forward. Inhale, forward fold, exhale, have a seat. Inhale, exhale. So, last one on this side. Good. Just take a pause, reconnect with the breath. Roll the shoulders back and down, heart is lifted. Set up your legs for the other side. Here we go. Inhale. Crush the can. Push. Last one. Here we go. Inhale. Push. All right. And release. So putting that down. Moving the chair, taking a sip of water if you need it. Woo. All right. We're going to grab some light weights. So I have like 2.5s. Could maybe do 5s, but first round, start lighter just to see. So standing a mountain, lift the arches of your feet. And now the kneecaps and now the navel. Arms are at your sides, roll the shoulders back and down and really hug the tips of your wings into the opposite back pocket. Now just gently turn kind of 30 degrees the weights up in this outward position. Take a big breath in, lift the navel. Exhale, just come up to shoulder height. Inhale down. So first couple ones probably won't feel like much, but providing you're really engaging those scapula, shoulder blades down and tucked into your back pocket. And sure enough, after about 7 or 8, up to 10 of these, you're going to start to really feel it. And just check that your lower body is still nicely engaged. Lift the arches of the kneecaps and the navel. This will be the last one. Okay, so hopefully you're really sensing into that outer scapula muscle, drawing it in. If you didn't feel like this weight was heavy enough, next time move up. Okay, take 2 weights, maybe lighter weights, and bring them side by side like this. And then take a heavier weight, either medium heavy or a heavy. And we're going to hold it just like we did when we were doing our seated posture. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take our heels onto the weights, like you're wearing really weird high heels. All right, the knees are pointed forward. We're going to sit back as far as it feels comfortable and exhale, rise up and lift those kneecaps, lift the navel. So inhale, sit back, heart is lifted, keep the shoulder blades drawn back and down your back. Inhale down, exhale up. So nice, slow and controlled inhale down. And then exhale up, really contract the muscles around the bones of your legs. Last one. Okay, and release. So I don't know about you, but that really brings the heart rate up. So we'll move those out of the way. And then grab your medium, maybe medium heavy, palms face the thighs, feet in mountain, roll the shoulders back and down. And then we're just going to alternate lifting. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then if you wanted to try together and see how that feels, so you could do left, right, and together. And remember, kind of working towards, those last two lifts are going to feel challenging. We want them to feel like you're really working. So this can be the last one. And so hopefully you're really feeling like, okay, yes, oh, this is a lot of effort to lift that last one with control. So take note of the weight that you use today for that, for this first round, and deciding if you want to go up for the second round. Okay. Heavy weights. Move this, I'm going to move my chair out of the way. And we're going to stand kind of at the farthest end of our mat. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And lift the heart and lift the navel. So this is going to be a farmer's carry. Now just imagine you're carrying groceries. You've probably carried heavier coming to the end of your mat or your space. Do a little squat like you're going to put the groceries down. But then you got to stand up because you forgot something. So turn around and do the next walk. And the whole time, I want you to bring your attention to this flat scapula tucking in. Just walking as far as it feels comfortable, or whatever space you have. Doing your little squat. A lot of squats today, guys. Lifting that heavy weight, but keeping the shoulders engaged. So you should feel like you have this incredible posture, gazing forward, lift the navel. And release, good. We'll put those heavy weights down, and we'll lift up some light weights. Turn the palms up, glue your upper body to your upper arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and the arms will follow. Release the shoulder blades and let them return. So when you squeeze them together, I want you to also draw the wings down. See, this is what happens when your yoga teacher has an injury on her scapula. I get like super focused, super, well, it's like rotator cuff, but it's all connected. And, I learned a lot from that injury, and how much we really neglect this kind of downward motion, lifting the heart, just keeping the head engaged, upright, looking forward. Okay, and release. Okay, here comes the fun one. Just grab like a light to medium. So I'm gonna do 5 pounds. So last week, I'll demonstrate, we did, so this is a forward fold, booty back, inhale, exhale, and then we pushed up. So today we're gonna add balance. So it's gonna go like this. We're gonna inhale right up to cactus arm, but we're gonna lift the opposite leg into balance. So it's gonna be cactus arm, lift. Cactus arm, you gotta kind of push into it's not gonna be easy, guys. It's gonna be challenging. So being really gentle with yourself. So we're asymmetrical shape, asymmetrical weight. So I'm trying to make you guys tippy. All right. Now, if you feel like you want to bring arm up to the sky just to like play a little bit more, this is why I said use a lightweight so we can really explore this many times on this each side. And whew, release. So yes, a lighter weight so that we can practice many times. So feet are nice and wide. So forward fold, booty comes back, knees are bent slightly. Inhale, arm out to the side. Exhale, cactus, and lift the knee. Inhale. And just get kind of used to it before you start pushing this up to the sky, if you want to use that for an option. You guys are looking good. Try not to do too heavy here. And then if you want to make this a little extra fun, push up to the sky. As long as your shoulder feels stable. Last one. And release. Good. All right, bicep curl. You know what? I'm worried we're going to run out of time. Okay, let's put it in. Heavy weight. Shoulder rolls back and down. Tuck in those, tuck the shoulder tips into your opposite pockets. Mountain lift, arches, kneecaps, navel, turn the palms. We'll do one at a time because I recommended heavy, right? So already, this is no joke. Lift the navel, keep that heart lifted. Keep drawing those shoulder blades back and super engaged. And by the way, this is rotator cuff proofing your shoulders. All right. So that you don't have the same problem. Okay, we're getting close here to, like, this is starting to get really hard. It's slowing down for me anyways. So I picked this heavy weight. One more on each side. It should feel like, ah, all right. That's where we get growth, both in the muscles and the bones. Okay, we'll put those down. We're going to do those 30-degree lateral lifts. So last time I said a light. I'm going to go with my light mediums. Mountain pose, torso, body, lift, arches, navel, kneecaps. Turn about 30 degrees and tuck those shoulder blades down diagonally and then lift. So this is 5. I was using 2.5, and wow, like, it's not a huge amount of weight, but we're targeting very specific smaller sets of muscles, right? It's not the bicep, not the tricep. But be really observant. Like, is it too heavy? Is it just the right amount of heavy? Not heavy enough? I'm really starting to notice. Almost like the power is coming from the inner scapula. Last one. Okay, and release. Okay, actually I'm going to use these for my elevated heels. So bringing those weights together. And then bringing either a medium heavy or heavy to the party. All right. Lifting the heels and the toes are forward, hugging into the chest so that there's no effort in the arms. Sinking down, I'm really lifting my navel. Sinking down any amount, so nice and slow, and then exhale, rising up, lift the kneecaps, lift the thighs up. Inhale, booty back. Exhale, rise up. Good. Try not to have any rounding in the back. Last one. And release. Okay, an adaptation for that one, if you don't like the heels lifted. Oh, good. You can just do a regular squat. Your medium heavies, too heavy for our upright row. I'm gonna try my heavies this time. Shoulders are back, and I'm locking in, I'm bulletproofing my rotator cuffs. I'm bringing the shoulders back and down, palms are facing the thighs, lift the kneecaps, arches, navel. 1. And together. Oh, okay, that's already hard on the first one. So really using the power of the breath. Especially when you're doing the together. And remember that together, that can be optional. Because it's obviously going to be more challenging to lift both those heavy weights at the same time. So it's going to be the last one. So it should feel like you're using that muscle. Oh, okay. Fun times here. Okay. I'm going to keep this heavy weight in my hand because we're going to do the farmer carry. So roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down, and tuck them down into your pockets, lift the navel. When you're ready, start walking. When you get to the end, squatting any amount, rising back up. Turning, walking, squatting, standing. Keep going. Really want to feel see your chest puffed out like a proud pigeon. And gaze forward, don't gaze down, look forward. Yep. Puffed up pigeon chest, I'm watching you guys. Puff it up, look forward, keep going. Really squeeze the blocks, really squeeze the grip. Okay, nice. And release. All right, scapula, so lightweight. Palms up. Heart lifts. Lift the arches, kneecaps, navel. Squeeze those shoulder blades in, really exaggerated. And then release. Squeeze together and down. And release. And go your pace. Bulletproofing our shoulders. That's fine. And release. Okay, our lunge press balance challenge. And again, I'm going to say use lighter weights so it's easier to stabilize the weight at the shoulder when you come into cactus. And then we can do more balance practice because we're not worrying about overdoing it at the shoulder. So feet are wide and toes are pointed forward. The booty comes back because we're coming into a forward fold. So we're going to inhale, come up to that cactus, lift your leg, reach, and balance. Really lift the navel up towards the heart. And remember, I'm trying to make you unstable. This is purposeful. Now, if you feel stable in the shoulder here and you want to push up, go for it. You're feeling like, yeah, got the balance. Last one. And release. Good. Let's pause. Reconnect with the breath. All right, here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Hug in at the ribs. And if that shoulder feels stable, if you want to push it up, but you know, that's not the point, right? The point is balance. This is just a little chef's kiss at the end, so to speak. Last one. Nice work. Okay, bicep curls with a heavy weight or medium heavy, something that is going to challenge your muscle, challenge your bone. So here's me kind of standing normal. Here's me bringing shoulders back and tucking in. So it really looks like I'm puffing up my chest. Okay, so turn the palms out. We'll do one at a time. So curl on that exhale. Inhale, exhale. And slow release down. Exhale, slow release down. And awareness to this the scapular girdle there. Really engage. Chest is puffed. These last couple ones probably should be feeling like ready to be some of the last, maybe one more round. I'm not doing two at a time, just because this is, I feel like is a good enough challenge, but if you're feeling like it, go for it. Okay, and release. All right, we're just gonna bring one light weight to the mat. Take a sip of water if you need to. And if you want, you can kick off your shoes, kick them on, it's up to you. I like them off. So coming down onto the floor. Just hug in the knees, squeeze and spread the toes. I'm sure I can see my clock. Stretch out the face. Hands at the knees, circle out and around and back in. Change direction. Hug your right knee into the chest, push your left heel away. And then change sides. Good. Grab that light weight in your left hand. So we haven't done dead bug in a while, but we're gonna do it today. And we're gonna add this little light weight. So knees over the hips, shins parallel, feet are gently flexed. Press your navel down into the floor. Take your right hand and push it into the left knee. And then press your left hand up to the sky. Okay, so your left hand is just over the left shoulder. Your right hand is crossed over and pressing into the left knee. Now, knee and hand resist each other. On the next inhale, press your right leg away as you reach your left arm back, and then exhale, bring it in. Inhale and exhale. Now, if your lightest weight is causing problems, or you don't feel safe in the shoulder, or something just feels twingy or weird, just drop the weight. We're just adding a little something here, but only if it suits your shoulder today. Okay, that's the last one, and we're gonna pause and connect with the breath. Whew. So bring the weight over into the other hand. Bring those knees over the hips again. This time, left hand presses into right knee. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Gently tuck the chin, press the navel down. Inhale, reach right arm and left leg away from each other, and then bring them back in. Keep pressing, hand and knee together, resisting. So as I say that and I'm doing it, my body is starting to shake. It's really feeling the effort. But that's how I know I am challenging myself. I'm going to stop here and release. Take the feet wide and just windshield wiper the knees any amount from left to right. And it's yoga, so you know we have to do it again. We have to do it again. I would prefer to do it 3 times, but we're going to do it 2, just so we can stay in time. Reconnect with the breath. And it's no joke. This is challenging stuff, guys. Okay. Weight into left hand, reach up to the sky. But please get rid of the weight if your shoulder does not like it. You can just use your arm. It's still super challenging. Knees over the hips, shins parallel, feet flexed. Right hand crosses over to the left knee. Start resistance. As soon as you start resistance, your heart rate is going to start coming up. When you're ready, opposite limbs extend. Inhale. Exhale. And that exhale as you bring that arm overhead and the knee back. That's where the magic is happening. Lower abdominals, squeezing in, drawing up to the upper abdominals that are meeting it at the navel. This is the last one. Release. Just breathe. And moving to the other side. Check that those knees are directly over the hip. Left hand crosses over to the right knee and start resisting. Immediately, you're going to feel that. Exhale. So leg and arm away. Feel that extension, expansion, and then contraction in towards each other. Expand and holding the weight. Exhale and releasing forward. See if you can bring that navel down to the floor. Really hug in. Keep resisting between hand and knee. Oh my God. Okay, last one. Okay. Weight comes down. Arms just at this side. And then windshield wiper. Excuse me. Knees from side to side. Stretch out the face. And recognizing the effort. And just reconnect with a nice, slow, steady breath in. Slow, steady breath out. Just let that energy flow through the body. Hug both knees into the chest. As best you can, really hugging them in. Just to give that booty a nice little squeeze. No, not a squeeze, a lengthening. So we're squeezing in the knees so that we can lengthen this booty. And then feet up, knees out, getting another stretch at the leg joint there. Did a lot of squats today. Inhale. Slowly bring the soles of the feet toward each other, knees away from each other. Or like any variation, adaptation, we're just trying to stretch from a variety of angles at the leg joint here. So maybe extending up like V's, press the heels, and then bringing it back down. Whichever way feels most comfortable to you today. And then both feet on the floor, both arms out to the side. We'll do one more little windshield wiper. And we'll come into the shape that suits you for relaxation. Tuck the shoulders under, palms can be up or turned down. Stretch out the face, a little tuck at the chin. Legs extended or knees bent. Just observing this ebb and flow of the breath, like a giant wave blowing up over the head and then withdrawing on the exhalation all the way down to the toes. So just visualizing this as you breathe in, this wave coming up overhead and exhaling the wave coming down, slowly retreating. Wave as it draws up and over the body, bringing you all that you need, nourishment. And then as it retreats, cleanses. And indeed, this is the job of the breath, this nourishment of breathing in and cleansing, breathing out. Connecting your breath with this visualization. But if that's not working for you, you can simply watch the rise and fall of the chest, get the same benefit. Observe the expansion and contraction of the body. Loosening your grip on that visualization. It's allowing the body to breathe itself. Bringing hands to the torso, one hand at the heart and one at the belly. And just sense into how things are in this moment energetically with you. Has there been a shift? Can you observe neutrality or tenderness towards yourself? If there's any critical or negative, just turning the volume down, bringing friendliness instead. And we can bend the knees and roll over to your side of choice. And hugging yourself in. And then taking your time to rise up to a seated posture. Nice tall spine. Crown of the head rising. Shoulders soft. No need to engage. Just gently breathing in and breathing out. And taking your hand to heart center, take a moment to thank yourself for taking care of yourself in this ancient practice. And we'll seal in with a unifying Om as we inhale together. very much for practicing with me today. Right. And we'll see you soon.